At the edge of the galaxy, you are all that stands between conquest and defeat. Pilot your craft, defend your frontier outpost, join Operation Maelstrom, coming to a 3D printer near you. Welcome to Operation Maelstrom. At the edge of the galaxy, you are all that stands between conquest and defeat. Pilot your craft, defend your frontier outpost, join Operation Maelstrom, coming to a 3D printer near you. Welcome to Operation Maelstrom. At the edge of the galaxy, you are all that stands between conquest and defeat. Pilot your craft, defend your frontier outpost, join Operation Maelstrom, coming to a 3D printer near you. Welcome to Operation Maelstrom. At the edge of the galaxy, you are all that stands between conquest and defeat. Pilot your craft, defend your frontier outpost, join Operation Maelstrom, coming to a 3D printer near you. Welcome to Operation Maelstrom.
Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. No sound. Hi, it's Ben from Second Dynasty. Welcome to the stream. We're excited because we have a Kickstarter premiering today. And yeah, hopefully if you were here for the top of the stream, you would have seen the awesome 28-second short that MVP, I think the whole team has worked so hard, especially Albin, and honestly the hardest worker is Hannes, who didn't sleep at all last night, who continued to work on the video. So let's honor him one more time by looking at his 30-second sort of like, I guess, ad. Let's see.
At the edge of the galaxy, you are all that stands between conquest and defeat. Pilot your craft, defend your frontier outpost, join Operation Maelstrom, coming to a 3D printer near you. Welcome to Operation Maelstrom.
It's so lovely, isn't it? Yes, very, very lovely. He did an awesome job. And shortly we are going to look at the pitch video from start to finish. But before we do that, I want to just welcome to the stream all of the people I see here, the regulars, and a couple that aren't. Let's see who we've got here. That Blasted Samouflage, of course. We have Tamsin, Anders, Shadow Liger, and who else? I see John, and I see Albin. So some of our numbers are beefed up by the company itself. But not to worry, if you are catching us later on the hour, which is in about 26 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, we are going to release Operation Maelstrom, which is our most recent project. I've been struggling to find the right Maya scene. I have one of them opened here where we can kind of preview the ships a little bit. They're a little bit animated in places. I don't know what's happened to the spider crab and whatnot. But whilst you know what? Why wait any longer? Let's see. We have a good amount of people in the chat already. Hey, Kathy, welcome. So the question is, do you guys want to see the pitch video 25 minutes before everyone else? Hello, Michael, welcome. Hi, Chris. Okay, maybe we should wait just a minute or two because there's a couple of people joining in. Yes to the video, John?
Yes, I want to do the pitch video 28 minutes before anyone else.
Well, it won't be 28 minutes.
Oh.
It'll be 24 minutes.
24 minutes before anyone else. Hurrah!
Alright, okay, yeah. Let's make this happen then. Okay, so hopefully we're going to move to... It will initially show the other video, but I need to turn on some things. Okay, so it will switch over shortly. So here is the full pitch. Enjoy.
At the edge of the galaxy, you are all that stands between conquest and defeat.
This is Forward Outpost Charlie, your home away from... Welcome to the front lines, pilot. This is Forward Outpost Charlie, your home away from home here on the frontier. Command's claimed this planet for the United Star Systems. Only problem is the gangers think it belongs to them. Something to do with the way the SESH programmed it. Remnant forces fold in on the regular to pepper us with beam cannons. Add that to the pirates harassing the space miners up the well, you're gonna see some serious action sooner rather than later. Speak of the devil. I'd give you the full tour, but them klaxons are telling me the tower controls are lit up like a Christmas tree. Gear up and scramble. We've got incoming!
Hi, I'm Ben from Second Dynasty, and I'm thrilled to introduce our latest project, Operation Maelstrom. With the support of our incredible tribers, we've designed 8 amazing aerospace vehicles. Highly detailed and inspired by our favorite influences, each of these models can be printed in less than a day. From sleek, deadly fighters to nimble combat choppers, versatile utility vehicles, and even alien invaders. Operation Maelstrom offers a range of options for your sci-fi universe. But that's not all. Customize your craft with a plethora of accessories and weapon systems. You can also build a modular prefab outpost, complete with landing pads and a control tower. By backing our campaign, you not only get access to these incredible 3D printable models, but you also become part of our passionate community, shaping the future of tabletop gaming and sci-fi modeling. So go gear up, pilot, and join Operation Maelstrom. Pledge your support today and let's make it a reality.
Why do I keep doing this? Alright, sorry guys. So, it always happens, like this normally doesn't happen, but of course it happens when we're doing the live stream for launching, right? We managed to live stream A-OK every other week, but today, no, of course not. Where's Benjamin? Where is he? He's cursing something, I'm sure of it. Anyway, I don't know where Office Benjamin is, but I have a feeling he is influencing events. So hopefully you can hear me now. We have the Maya scene loaded up. We're going to talk about the project. We're going to launch the project. And hopefully we're going to then be able to get some sleep tonight. I mean, Hummus at least is going to get some sleep because he went home about an hour ago to get some sleep. John made a bunch of donuts, which look awesome. I'm going to try and hold off from eating them. Oh no, he's coming to show them off.
show you. I made vegan donuts. Oh no. There's a small plate just for you.
That's nice, John, but I still can't eat it because I'm streaming.
Okay. I think that everyone likes a mukbang stream.
I don't know. In any case, how's everyone doing today? Hopefully things are gonna go according to plan on the stream today. The project looks decent. If anyone wants to check it out, I think who has admin privileges on the YouTube? John, do you have them?
Have what?
Admin privileges on the YouTube.
I do, yes.
Do you want to just share the link so that they can actually look at the page and the preview link?
You want to do the preview page?
Yeah, why not?
Sure, we'll do.
Because I will have to eventually hit the ready to launch button, and I don't want to do that. So, the page itself, well, actually, I guess I should probably preview that too, but I'm going to open it in a different tab, and we're going to look at it briefly, and then we're going to look at the Maya theme. So, 29 days to go. We're ending on the 13th of July, which is a Thursday, not a Friday. And yeah, we're running a bit longer than we had planned. We would have run for about 23 days normally. However, with John's advice, he said, hey, yeah, there's this little thing called the 4th of July, and people might, have other things on that week, so why not make it the week after? So, bit of a longer campaign. This time, for the first time ever, we've actually begun inserting a little bit of lore into the fighters that we've done. Now, for any of you that are a member of the tribe, I sent out an update video this morning, just going over the pledge levels, but I will talk about that. If you just want the starfighters, if you haven't been in on the tribes, if you don't have them, you have your basic pledge here. If you want the all-in pledge and you are a tribes member, it's 20 euros cheaper than the standard, and if you want to get in day one, we have an early bird that has a reduced price of, I think it's like 10% or something like that. So yeah, there are options to get in on. Kind of like Kickstarter now has some abilities here. Of course, these also have all of the stretch goals included. So even if you got in at the highest price, you're still saving at least 50% on what the retail prices are going to be. So yeah, we've worked hard on this project and very mad in the last period. You can kind of see some animations I made, give you a better idea about how the ships actually look. You can see one of them needs some work, but oh well. So yeah, there is a little bit of information about all of these different ships, and we're creating some world building while we're at it. The outpost is something that we thought, okay, this would be a nice accessory. Originally, we were designing it to be in parallel to the starfighters, because we wanted to create value, especially for our tribers, because, if you have been a triber for the last 6 months, you will have already unlocked 4 of the 8 fighters, right? However, it kind of grew into both the outpost and the tower, and this is very limited in what we can create, but the Maya scene, we're going to take a look at some of the configurations that are possible, and I think we've all grown to really appreciate how cool it's developed. We have a bunch of add-ons. All of the ones that are shown here are included in the all-in pledge, including some brand new miniatures, including a bunch of pilot miniatures, both male and female, with and without helmets. And we have ground crew miniatures as well, with and without helmets, for a bit of action. In that case, just males. And the pilots are actually by a brand new sculptor we haven't worked with before, Connie Mikado. So I want to thank them for joining the Second Dynasty team for this project. And then, of course, Kayoshinenko is back again. And throughout this campaign, we are going to have, aside from the pledges, the stretch goals. We have up so far. I kind of ran out of time, so I don't have as many up. That we've got it planned to, the moon, basically. But yeah, the first 3 are up here. We're looking to fund at 8K. Oh, and I've just realized I've left in dollars instead of euros there. so we'll need to change that. Maybe Lisa Lot could go in and change that to euros, and update the first 3 stretch goals we're going to unlock. Miniatures. People have been asking for Starfighter miniatures. We never made them. We have our ship miniatures, but not these. Slightly larger scale, kind of following the X-Wing style of things, where the Starfighter's actually a larger scale than the sort of transport ships. So whereas the other ships are 1 to 270, these ones are at 1 to 185. So slightly larger, so they'll be noticeable. And easier to paint. I don't know if we're going to do tactical or not. We'll see how it looks. But we'll then have a posable stand that John fixed for me. I kind of took some liberties with it. I'm going to snazzy it up before the final release. But this is a functional stand that we have somewhere around here. Do we have it anywhere?
Yes, I'll find it for you.
Yeah, we'll show it off in a little bit. And then we have the Firefly Swarm, which is a missile version of the Firefly with a bunch of kind of like fast packs. I don't know if this is the final form or not. I want to kind of add a bit of more armor so it feels a little bit more unique. But yeah, it adds a ton of different missiles. You can see it's an acronym there with the dots. I don't know what it stands for. Maybe you guys can help me come up with that. I'm guessing the M is missiles. But in any case, there are the first 3. However, this campaign is going to be a little bit different. And by different, I mean in the fact that we're going to have sponsored stretch goals. What does that mean, you wonder? Well, during the campaign, some of our returning collaborators are going to actually offer bonus items to us, sort of as a cross promotion sort of thing. So that Blasted Summer Flancher, I believe, is in the chat, has something that's going to be a stretch goal we unlock later on in the campaign. The first one is going to be an exchange that I'm doing with Papsicles, which releases next week. And we're also going to do something with Games Art. Will there be more people? We don't know. But the idea is like this lull in the campaign when we're not unlocking as much. That's when we're going to release these things with cross promotions, more free minis and whatnot. But the one that I did for Papsicles is kind of cool. Because he also has a campaign coming up on the 27th on Frontiers. And so I wanted to make a cool, unique variant. We'll get to see that in a couple of days. Alright, so, did we find the stand?
It's downstairs in the dungeon.
Okay, it's in the dungeon. So, yeah, go ahead and look at the page. There are bits and bobs that we'll probably add and change to in the coming while. Let's look in the 3D environment. We had this scene, which is what I actually made the campaign image render from. And by the way, guys, if you do have questions, I guess you can ask them, and one of my companions might might bring it to my attention. But yeah, that Blasted Summer Flange, I've looked it up, and like especially stuff like the TIE fighters and smaller starfighters, they're in a much larger scale than 1 to 270. There is a list available online with the various different scales. So yeah, here we have our scene that we used as a render. You can kind of see the background. This was actually just used as a light source for the scene. So in the final scene, we mixed and matched, putting in a new background that was actually generated through a combination of, well, different AIs. So we used Mid-Journey to recreate like a planetary plateau, sort of a desert-like area, and then we used Photoshop to expand that even more with the new beta features, which was really cool. And yeah, basically, so we comped it all together. So I think the overall quality of the image, maybe I have it here somewhere. This is the campaign image for now. You can, well, is that a JPEG or something? That's very low res. Is that really what I put out? Like, look at those colors. What's going on? I must have done the wrong kind of PNG. Anyway, we'll update that too. But yeah, the environment there, you can still see it. I'm sure on stream it looks fine.
Any hints of
Additional infrastructure stretch goals. What do you mean by infrastructure?
base camp?
Base camp. We have planned some anti-aircraft placements. In general, not a ton on that because the outpost is not. It's an add-on. It's not an actual part of the campaign. So maybe there will be things that work along with it. But for now, our thinking is no. And if it proves to be popular, we'll look into expanding it in the future. So my take on things at the moment is like the actual. This is the sort of airfield-based sort of thing. The actual rest of the base is off camera, and that's where you would have your barracks and other sort of areas. So at the moment, no, we haven't planned that. We're trying to make this manageable because we do have an issue internally where people are about to go on holidays for the summer. It's a thing we do here in Europe where we have 4 to 5 weeks a year of paid time off. And we've got to kind of get to a point where I'm going to be here for the duration of the campaign. But some of my co-workers will be away on holidays, and we kind of got to sync things up so that we're not making huge amounts of work for ourselves. It has to be something I can do all by myself, basically. Although John will be here too. So yeah, we built all that from this scene, and I just want to, yeah, that wasn't Photoshop, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the fighters, and we can look at some of the accessories. Now this did not have the, I'm just going to go deselect all, Alt-D. So here's our little airfield. I think the doors are maybe animated to close, just one of them, all right? So we rebuilt that so our APC just passes through it, at least I hope so. Alvin, did you test that?
Yes, it seems to work.
Actually, you know what? Why don't you bring the APC and we can show it off? So guys, if you are planning on backing this thing and you're not a Tribes member, here's a hint. If you join even just for 1 month for $5, you get $20 off the all-in for the campaign. So it might be worth doing just as a one-off, if nothing else. And the beauty of this month's Tribes is you also get a nifty little thing called the Minotaur APC. And it looks suspiciously like something else in the APC sort of spectrum. The interior layout is not exactly the same. We have a pop-out rear. So you bought it like a proper APC. And then also, I want to do this right. I think I knocked over the pilot's chair there, but or just the pilot.
APC stands for Alvin's People Crusher.
Oh yes! Down with the people. Crush them.
Yes, crush your enemy, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation.
I'm glad you stopped yourself, sir.
But everyone should cry, not just women.
Good.
So the black here is because of particular shaders. We could technically probably fix that. Let's just select this item. John, can you just remind me when we're like a minute out
Sure.
from the launch?
We're 6 minutes out, but I'll wait.
Yeah, and yeah. Obviously, I'm asking for a reminder when it is 1 minute, so that I can get it up.
I understand. Let me help you.
So yeah, we have this metal mix, and I think this is the issue. Let's not mess with these right now. So just ignore the black bits. They of course become metal in the actual shading. But yeah, we just created this scene with all the add-ons that we put out. Like I said, right at the time we created this, we didn't have the Kaioshiniko miniatures yet. So the pilots are in, but not the ground crew. So we have these sort of like trailer spotlights here. Oh, there's a bit of geometry missing there too. These are just concepts at the moment, so they're not printable, but we have a little tanker. We have, of course, the spider crab here. We have a little personnel rover thing. This was inspired by, you know, that little, I don't know what to call it, a little vehicle that you see at the end of A New Hope, where they're sort of like dropping off pilots at their X-Wings. So that was kind of like the concept there. We have like a SAM missile launcher. We have our landing pads, which are fully modular, so they can be expanded and built upon. And we have, this is obviously not a part of the, well, not obviously, this is not a part of the campaign. This was the larger shuttle pod belonging to the Odyssey. Actually, you know what? We could probably add it as an add-on if anyone wants to purchase it separately and doesn't have the Odyssey campaign. We could do that and offer it a bit cheaper, maybe. But yeah, and some of these older miniatures, like these are from the Sleipnir crew. We had the Marine. We have Gunther there. And yeah, there's a couple of different characters there. Then we also have our new Astrofire variants of the Firefly. This is more like a space-based vehicle. It doesn't have the variable wings. We have, you know, some gantries here for working, you know, ladders for access. We'll probably do even more variants of these just to vary the height a little bit. And then we've got our pilots scrambling, running towards their machines. We have our lovely control tower. I don't think there's any miniatures in here, but yeah, it was nice to do some sort of office chair variants. They print rather nicely, actually. We've got a ladder up to the roof. Of course, this all uses the same sort of turret systems. The smaller ones actually use the same sort of connectors that the Garou Barth has on its guns. And I believe they're also used in the APC?
Yep.
Albin says yes. Yeah, Albin has trouble typing, apparently.
Yes.
So yeah, we're going to go live in a few minutes. And I just realized that I might have... Oh no, I've got the ready to launch page up. So, I think...
Some of the models in this scene are outdated.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Which ones are you thinking of?
Well, I know the solar panels are outdated,
Yes.
and a few of them.
Yeah, they've been updated for printability. So this was more like a concept render, right? And of course, this is modular. So how this all works is you have the wall plates. Let's isolate these. So each section consists of this sort of wall plate. Let's move that aside. You can see the open lock clips hold them into this floor, and then these are snap in place support struts that go into these holes here, varying heights, so you can have a couple of different configurations. You know, we could do diagonals, or you know, turrets or that sort of thing. I mean, like in the sort of castle sense.
60-second reminder.
60 seconds. Okay, yeah, now. Lieselot has something to say.
Can I update?
Yeah, you can update. I'm not on the page. So yeah, she's just updating the stretch goals so they don't have the dollars signs left in there. They're in euros. For us, it's kind of at a similar rate, I think, at the moment. So I think we wrote approximately what the prices were. I don't think we can change that now because we're about to launch. But yeah, hopefully everything's in place. One thing you can't do with Kickstarter is change your pledge levels or anything after someone's pledged for it. So let's see, we have about 10 seconds left, so I'm going to click I'm ready to launch and launch project, and hopefully this syncs rather nicely. And we're live. Get in on it. Let's see. What?
Jag hittar inte var den ska
Oh, they're under productive. Under pledges. Yep. So, there we go. We're officially live and waiting for the first backer to back. And there we go. We've got one. We've got one. And I can see from the backer report who it's going to be. I just have to... I'm doing this all off screen for obvious reasons. So, thank you very much to Trek 3D. You are the winner.
Followed by William Lucas.
Yes.
Right, Jordan.
Indeed. Who I'm guessing is one of our awesome tribers. So, thank you guys for making that happen. And yeah, let's hope things go well. I am just going to break things up a little bit right now by replaying that intro video, so you don't have to see the same old scene. So let's play it one more time.
Welcome to the front lines, pilot. This is Forward Outpost Charlie, your home away from home here on the frontier. Command's claimed this planet for the United Star Systems. Only problem is the gangers think it belongs to them. Something to do with the way the SES programmed it. Remnant forces fold in on the regular to pepper us with beam cannons. Add that to the pirates harassing the space miners up the well, you're gonna see some serious action sooner rather than later. Speak of the devil. I'd give you the full tour, but them klaxons are telling me the tower controls are lit up like a Christmas tree. Gear up and scramble. We've got incoming!
Hi, I'm Ben from Second Dynasty, and I'm thrilled to introduce our latest project, Operation Maelstrom. With the support of our incredible tribers, we've designed 8 amazing aerospace vehicles. Highly detailed and inspired by our favorite influences, each of these models can be printed in less than a day. From sleek, deadly fighters to nimble combat choppers, versatile utility vehicles, and even alien invaders. Operation Maelstrom offers a range of options for your sci-fi universe. But that's not all. Customize your craft with a plethora of accessories and weapon systems. You can also build a modular prefab outpost, complete with landing pads and a control tower. By backing our campaign, you not only get access to these incredible 3D printable models, but you also become part of our passionate community, shaping the future of tabletop gaming and sci-fi modeling. So go gear up, pilot, and join Operation Maelstrom. Pledge your support today and let's make it a reality.
Okay, sorry guys. I didn't realize that the microphone turns off, like, on every single different scene. So all I was really saying is praising John for his wonderful donut, which I took the opportunity to eat while that was showing. And I was just about to say, we're live now. So are there any questions in the chat? We've got 17 people watching at the moment live. Nice Kickstarter video. Thank you very much, but the credit should go to Hannes, otherwise known as Mr. Train Nerd. Check out his YouTube channel, Train Nerds, 1N. Yeah, he's an awesome dude. He's gone home to go to sleep for a while and then he's going back to the gym, so fantastic guy. And he really did a great job pulling an all-nighter. Look, Alvin did too. He went home at midnight last night, but I only went home at 10. and then, so, yeah, But MVP, definitely Hannes for working on those videos. I was a bit confused when it asked me what add-ons I wanted to purchase when I backed all in. I don't know why it would do that. I think maybe Kickstarter thinks you can buy multiple copies or something like that, but that's a Kickstarter thing. I don't think we can fix it from our end. Maybe a warning comes up or something like that, but yeah, if you got the all-in at the moment, you've got everything. Truly an inspirational train nerd. Indeed, indeed. So yeah, let's see. We can, you know what? We can open up my work scene and look at a few things. Let's see. I need this one. Don't save there because we don't want to override anything. All of this print's great. John's been a great steward of the printers, which is really nice. Whenever he notices the problem, he usually fixes it and knows what to do.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Definitely excited about those missiles. That's awesome. And the missile system actually works really, really well. And you can see right here, we have that stretch goal I was talking about. So yeah, we've just got to close. This is only really a concept render. It's not like the printable version, but it has these sort of like built-in missile pods, underwing missiles. Potentially, you could, also replace the guns with additional missile holders or whatnot. But I feel like a little bit of extra armor might be warranted, like a different kind of cockpit maybe that just looks a bit more heavy duty to go along with it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, so I'm kind of open to suggestions, but like the actual concept is this, and that would be a custom sort of wing replacement which you load with missiles. Also, if you're a triber, we were talking about having a competition, or rather than we have a poll going about which of these models we should update to the same standard that we have. We have on the left the, I think it's called the Starfire, which is our, not this shaped, the cross wing, or whatever you want to call it. We also have our Fury, which, it has no landing gear. That has always upset me. The same with this one. So it would be, we might mechanically make the wings move so that you could land. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So we'll see. Of course, we have all of our items in here, both new and old Starfighters. I think we might put up Starfighters 1 and Starfighters 2 as an optional add-on if people want to pick it up a little bit cheaper. So all of these are the Starfighters that we've made, but we actually did go and update the Arrow. We're calling it the Arrow Mark II, and it now has the ability to mount these missiles and has a couple of variants. There used to be guns here, for example. The fidelity's been increased. So the treatment we're talking about doing for these other ones, by the way, if you own this, you'll eventually get the update for free. But yeah, and then the other one, this is the Papsicle Special. He has a Cyberpunk campaign. So we made a variant of the Hornet. I think you'll be seeing the weapons first, because they will be a stretch goal. And this is, by the way, guys, a early preview. So only you who are on the stream get to see it, or those who watch through the stream. So yeah, I just wanted to do a sort of like drone variant, so you can see all these sensors here. This design was always inspired by Bubblegum Crisis, so it was nice to sort of come back and make like an AI version. We're calling this one the Parasite. Not really for crowd control. In Bubblegum Crisis it would be an anti-boomer sort of police drone. That would probably go crazy by itself and be one of those sort of like, oh, the AD police has a new awesome weapon system to combat boomers, but oh no, it's gone haywire and now the Night Sabers have to deal with it. I mean, that's the idea anyway. So we are getting a nice soldier miniature in exchange for this. Papsicles fans will be getting this. Our tribers will be getting this, even if they don't back. And you guys will be getting it if you do back. And yeah, we have our weapon systems over here. You can see the missiles sort of laid out. There's a potential for further variants. You can see some of the early stretch goals. We're going to be actually not early stretch goals. We were thinking early stretch goals, but we're actually going to vary in prices. So like when there is a lull, rather than trying to save up for like a $2,000 hop to the next one, we might have a small one that's like only $500, but it'll be like new missile racks or a new missile variant or you know, some smaller things just to keep things moving along. We're also going to have social stretch goals, but that has got to be once we have our sort of campaign marketing up and running. There we'll be having additional variants of our miniatures. And I just realized I've just been blathering on and said to you guys, hey, do you have any questions? And then ignored it. Let's see. Will there be a large mega missile that is one large missile with enemy swarm missiles when the side panels of the show off fly off? I mean, I hadn't planned it, but a seed has been planted. Only want the breaching pod and the tower at the outpost. Well, that's fine, Eric. But you know, it's if you only want those things, you may be better off just buying the tower and outpost as add-ons as they are now, because they will increase in price, and then waiting for the other breaching pods for when they're available separately afterwards. So if you want to go for ultimate savings, that's fair enough. So let's see. The intake on the arrow is awesome. The intake. Oh, this thing at the front. Yeah, I don't know if it's an intake or what it is, but yeah, I like it, and I think it came out well. And you know, I'm kind of looking forward to working on both of these crafted with a fidelity pass. So that will be a fun hobby. John has also actually modeled a bomber. We're calling it the Epsilon. And it sounds like he is planning to bring it to the streaming area. So Epsilon, I wonder what symbol in Greek that looks like.
Who knows? I don't study. I'm not a nerd.
And you will note on the bottom of this thing, which I'm guessing needs to be held up closer to the camera, why stop at missiles when you can have bombs and missiles?
And logos.
And oh yeah, and logos, yeah. So yeah, John did this on his own initiative. It'll be coming in July. Oh, you dropped a bomb on the floor.
Boom! We died.
There. Thankfully, it was a dud.
I held it by the bombs, that's why.
And then, of course, like you can see the work scene here. There's so much in here. But we have here all of the weapons. The old weapons have been updated. You can kind of see what the geometry of the old weapons look like. This is the new ones. It's a lot cleaner. They print better. They don't have as bulkier bottoms as the originals, so they look better on the fighters. Then we have a bunch of new guns in addition to the new missiles. One of the social stretch goals we'll have is the Garu Zalg's awesome converging beam cannon. This is it here with smaller variants, so you'll be able to mount it on other ships. So yeah, a combination of new and old, but all of them have been updated. And of course, if you already own those packs, we're going to update those as well. So, you know, I don't like people having to pay for things twice. We've tried to make things as valuable as possible, so you'll still be making a massive savings. Even like if you have sponsored it, well, we can't account for every single different circumstance, right? So, yeah, like that's where we're at. I'd like to do some new original Starfighters again coming up, but our attention straight after this will be going to the Modular Cutter Traveler campaign, which may be our very last Traveler campaign. We'll see how things go. We might do the occasional release, but I don't know that we'll be doing any big ships. We're still recovering from the Beowulf. It's a lovely design. I'm actually playing with it at the moment. But way too big. So I think the next large ship you'll see will be an original next year maybe. But I think honestly I'll probably do something more Shuttle Alpha sized. But the modular cutter is much smaller. I think it's only about 10 centimeters in diameter at scale, 4 inches, and then, I don't know, 1.5 feet long or something like that. It varies in size, but far more manageable than a Beowulf, and cylindrical in shape, so very easy. Well, cylinders are not easy to model too, but relatively easy, repeatable. We're looking to launch that in, say, September or October. And then I'd like to visit my family in Australia, so we'll see how things go. Anyway, let's check in on the campaign. Maybe I need to refresh this. Oh, okay. I was looking at the backer report and it said 2 backers, and then I refreshed and it said 39 backers, and I'm like, yes! Yes! Okay. Interesting to see the mix of tribers and early birds. So we'll see how things go there. If I click view project, I think I get that up on another page, and if I duplicate this I can move it over onto, I just don't want the menus up here, so I can put it over here by itself. So wow, we've hit $2,000 already, so we're about a quarter of the way to funding, which is awesome. And you can see there I have some alerts for reward surveys, so really I need to yeah, I do like to support other Kickstarters. Let's just say that. So yeah, nice to see you guys here. I would just remind you guys, if you want to help the campaign, share it. Put it on social media, on relevant forums. You know, just repost it on your social media or whatnot. Comment on this page, right here where it says comments. Even if you just want to talk shit, do it here. Those comments contribute to, you know, getting traffic from Kickstarter onto our page. So all of that helps. We will have social stretch goals to drive that up a little bit more. That will include new rewards if you participate and discuss, you know, what kind of add-ons do you want to see, or rather, what kind of stretch goals. If you wanted to see a new weapon system like Shadow Laggers, mega missile with missiles within, you know, if you want to see like proper fast packs or something like that, if you want to go that with the Itano missile circus options, you know, we can talk about that on the comments section. And of course, you know, we forgot to put in the social links, but you can join us on our Discord. And yeah, follow us on YouTube if you haven't. Like, subscribe, those things. Yeah, we all have to do that, don't we? So yeah, amazing to see this moving. We'll be keeping an eye on it. I'm not going to blather on forever unless there are some actual questions. Maybe I should look at that first. Let's see. And this is how Second Dynasty was destroyed from the bomb. Right, yeah. How does one get in on these collaborative endeavors? I have some aliens that need ships to pilot. Dude, you're already one of those people. I just haven't talked to you about it. We know. Don't worry. You'll have your turn. All of those fighters need a proper big carrier vehicle, which you can absolutely make with our Chimera parts, or Odyssey. Let's see. Suggestion. Modular freighter, forward bridge and crew accommodations, modular central spine, rear drive section, modular cargo passenger bays that attach to the spine. You're literally talking about a modular cutter. Maybe it's not as big as what you would like, but yeah. That's the concept anyway. And yeah, there we go. The Discord invite is there. Indeed a great start. What's this poll? Okay, what is people excited about? I see now. There is a poll that has been running, I guess, by John, if I'd have to hazard a guess. And the question was, what's your favorite part of Maelstrom? The winner was everything. I can't just pick one. Starships at 22% and base camp and tower at 22%. So there you go. I mean, 9 votes, so probably not the biggest spread of things. I only just noticed the poll myself. Obviously, I'm not going to vote in it. But yeah, we're doing well. We're off to a good start. There's a good, strong possibility that we might fund today, which would be wonderful. John is inching closer with a mini donut, which I will consume shortly. But I thought maybe we could wrap things up. Hey Dalton, you came just in time for the end of the stream. We will do an update on the Beowulf 2 because we have finally a release for the Type S, a 1.0 version. Whilst there will be additional variations, I'm sure, in the future, we wanted to get that out so that we can inform people about Operation Maelstrom. I wanted, to come bearing gifts, even if, the 3D side of the team is completely separate from the 2D side, well, Dalton. Obviously we're not spending all of our time on the maps. That's what Dalton is doing separately. But it's still, we wanted to make sure that we came with something before we come begging for more cash, basically. And WebP and PNG files are done. PDF just needs exports. The thing with the exports is they take forever. And apparently the program that they're exported from crashes very often, or rather has a memory leak. So yeah, it's a long process. There are a lot of work. Each collection of PNGs, this is about 600 meg, so that gives you some idea about the thoroughness that Dalton has created design variants for. So they're very high detail maps, but of course, that is all Beowulf stuff. Right now we're talking Operation Maelstrom. So go ahead, back if you hadn't, save the date if you haven't, get involved in the comments in the community, because I still see that there's one comment, and it's from that blasted Camouflage, and that makes you the MVP of this chat. So thank you guys for your support and your continued support. Stay tuned because we're going to have a bunch of new stuff up, a preview of new stretch goals. Social stretch goals will be coming in the next day or two. The main thing I need to do right now is think about going home and maybe sleeping. That would be nice. We have been kind of burning the candle at both ends of late, but hey, we're here. We've got it out. I'm really excited to get this to you guys. If you're a triber or a regular and you want to test print one of these things, just the main starfighters, they're all printable. Reach out to us on the Discord and maybe we can hook you up. So, alright guys, thank you very much for joining us today. If you're catching us later on, thank you for watching this far. That's impressive to get through 53 minutes and 12 seconds of my rambling, but you did it. Sorry for all of the issues. I wish I had known that whenever I turn off the microphone on one of my screens, it goes off on all of them, but hey, I'm learning. Alright guys, thank you very much to the team. Everyone's awesome. You guys are awesome. And yeah, get to your starfighters, pilots. Bye.